Okay, this PowerPoint's going to look at some of the more specific details of the design of CCRC apartments. So we begin with looking at how do you balance the layout of rooms in CCRC apartments. And roughly you want to look at not only the size of the rooms, but how the size of the rooms relate to each other. That includes bedrooms, bathrooms, the layout of a bathroom, closets, number of closets, as well as outdoor spaces such as decks and patios. The apartment finishes really relate to what kind of trim are you going to have on the windows, how high are they going to be, where are they going to be placed, what kind of cabinets do you want in your kitchen. These are all things that may seem like small things, but they tend to make a big difference in the feel of apartments. In addition to finishes, you need to look at systems, and generally systems have to do with sound. What are the acoustics like both within the apartment and between the apartment and the next apartment? Where are heating and cooling vents located, and how does that fit with how people tend to live their lives? You can look at some of the other systems here. Finally, very important for residents moving in to feel like they can personalize their apartment, and so there are often options for people related to painting and selection of different kinds of floorings and tile colors. This is an example of a layout of one of the one-bedroom apartments in the Mirabella. And if you look at some of the small details here, you'll see space considerations, systems considerations, and finishes listed. It's another example of a one-bedroom apartment. Again, you'll notice that particular attention is paid to the kitchen spaces. Some of the small features, such as lighting and height, may not be things that people would request, but they are problems if they are not included. Two-bedroom apartments have become much more popular in recent years, and many older adults, when they move into places, want to have an extra bedroom to use as either a den, a computer room, or as a guest room when they have family members visit. Another type of layout for a two-bedroom apartment that you can take a look at. Again, some of the small features, in this case, built-in safes in the apartment that help with some of the security issues. Most places, most CCRCs offer plus packages. This is a two-bedroom plus package, and plus tends to mean that there are features that typically are a little bit larger or expansive. So the plus apartment is probably for someone that wants to do some socializing, and the layout or design reflects that. Plus may also have features such as larger balconies, again, that would lend themselves more towards entertaining as well as living. Some people with resources may opt for penthouse. Penthouse, in this case, this is almost 2,000 square feet, so this is a very big place, larger than many homes, and there's everything in that penthouse tends to be upgraded. Another layout of a penthouse, this one really emphasizes views. Most of the penthouse apartments do emphasize views. As you'll see, this includes 3 bedrooms and high ceilings and lots of fancy finishes. Some of the decisions being made that need to be made as part of the design process are kitchen elevations. How high should counters be? How high should stoves and microwaves be? Are these things going to be reachable to adults as they age in place? Should handles be a little bit lower, and what kinds of handles or faucets are going to be most user-friendly for older adults? Same holds true in the bathroom. Everything from considering which way doors swing to making sure there's enough space to get in and out of places, grab bars if people need that kind of assistance, under counter spaces that oftentimes will open up to allow access for a wheelchair if someone becomes wheelchair bound. And finally, the specific finishes. These are examples of some of the finishes that people could select when they move into the Mirabella. These are our flooring finishes. Some more flooring or upholstery finishes. These are different kinds of carpet designs that people could choose from. And these are just a couple of shots. This is the model apartment that was set up in Portland for people to come and tour and look at the finishes and design, so they could get a feel for what the apartments will be like when the Mirabella project is finished. This is a big project that occurred at Rogue Valley Manor a few years ago when they added a swimming pool, weight room, and updated the locker rooms. As you can see in the locker room, there are big wide hallway spaces that make it easier for older adults to get around. In the jacuzzi and the pool, accessibility is a big issue, and it is designed with that in mind, as is the weight room. That's it for our narrated PowerPoint this week.